What's going on? What's up? We back. Jon Does is back with episode 52. Man, I know I say it in like every episode now, but this is the most consistent I've been with any of the shows that I've made. So thanks for joining me. I appreciate this. Before we get started today, sorry, I was still got the 5-year-old in the house, and every noise, I'm like, what? Don't forget to check out wilddinosaur.com. It's the best place to support this channel. I've got all kinds of cool stuff. Here's one of my shirts. Actually, this is one of my favorites. It's called Solar Sam. I got it on this nice, I don't remember the color. It's like a bluish, I don't know. It's blue. But I also got these tote bags that are pretty sweet too, that I show off every episode. And yeah, really sturdy tote bags, and they got these really nice handles that come in multiple colors. So please go check out wilddinosaur.com and buy something, please. I also have stickers. If you need stickers, hit me up. I got stickers. All right. Well, welcome back. We have some things today. We have some dino news to talk about. So let's start it off. Yeah, I think I'll start with this one. Wait a minute. Did I not load this in here? What is my freaking problem? Did I forget to load this? I did. Oy vey. Oh no, these are here. They're here. Never mind. Sorry, I was just thinking I loaded images, and I didn't really need images because I have trailers. So I watched She-Hulk last night at midnight. I will try to refrain from... No, whatever. There's going to be spoilers, so let's just get into it. This is a mid-season trailer that came out that shows the back half of what's going to happen here in this season of She-Hulk, but yeah, still not feeling this. I liked the first 2 episodes a bit, but I'm starting to falter pretty hard, to be honest. This episode, I actually passed out. Woke up and around 1 o'clock, and then threw it on, and I think I passed out for the first like 10 minutes or so. Came back, finished it, and then later on I watched what was it? I think I was watching Real Rejects or something, and they had done some of this. So there's some stuff I missed. And to be honest, I'm not going to go back. I'm just not going to do it. Yeah. Let's see. Where do I start with this? I don't dislike any of the actors in there. I like. I don't even think it's terribly bad writing. It's just not written or geared towards me. That character you just saw there, this girl running in the courtroom with the drink, I thought she was really annoying, and didn't work for me. In the context of the show. She wasn't in this episode, but she was in last week's episode. The premise of this episode is, what is her name? Titania is suing She-Hulk for copyright infringement on the name She-Hulk. To be honest, it could have been a better gag. I know I'm not really feeling the humor in this show, but it could have been a better gag than a full episode. I don't know. The courtroom stuff is not working for me in this show, which is kind of its basis. It's supposed to be a courtroom like sitcom, and like the courtroom part of it is like not entertaining. It doesn't feel not to say that everything has to be grounded in reality, but it feels like not a courtroom. So man, that kid's going off in the living room he's got a little. I have a Power Ranger toy blaster from when I was a kid, and that put new batteries in it after like 25 years. Then he's like going to town with this blaster. So forgive me if you hear any pew 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 sounds in the background. I just heard it right now. So yeah, She-Hulk is oh, I might have to go tell them to keep it down here in a minute. Sorry, where was I with She-Hulk? Not entertained very much. I think Tatiana Maslany's doing a great job in the character, and I think I said this before, like I've seen comics with her where she does weird stuff. You know, she's a fourth wall breaker, which I'm totally cool with. I just like nothing since episode 2 maybe has really landed for me, and I think the only thing I'm interested in at this point is like, and I think this is a bad way for me to approach this show. I'm interested in like the Marvel stuff that's going to happen. Like I kind of just tune in every week to see what the cameos are. And they haven't really been hitting. Although we are getting Daredevil probably in the next episode. And yeah, I mean, the Marvel world building, I think to me is, I shouldn't say world building because like She-Hulk is doing world building. It's just not fitting for me very well. Doing an awful job of communicating this. The show's not bad. I'm beating my head against a brick wall. You know. And what, there's 4 episodes left. I'll keep watching these next 4 episodes to you know, keep up with the Daredevil or whatever else, Frogman. That's coming. I'll roll this trailer again and talk over it. So yeah, Titania, I think is her name. She hasn't had too much to do, and we're like, this was episode 6, 5, 6. I can't remember. I just feel like nothing's happened, you know. Yeah, it just feels like there's not a lot happening. This episode may be a little better than the last episode, and that's purely based on the fact that like they have a new character that they've introduced that is like the guy you go to that builds costumes. That was cool. I just, yeah. And then here we have the Wrecking Crew, which was a couple episodes ago, which I could care less. I don't know. I really don't like disparaging things or saying mean things. This is just really isn't for me. But yeah, there was another clip of Abomination. Like, I'm interested to see where that goes. I'm interested to see where they had Frogman earlier. Here's Daredevil right there. More Blonsky, Emil Blonsky. Yeah, I don't. This show for me at best as a Marvel show just feels slow. And I'm not vibing with much of like the content part of it. Like that whole courtroom scene just didn't work. Didn't work for me. So yeah, I don't know. I'll just because I can, I will give it a smelly pit rating. Whoops, that's not what I'm looking for. That's the one. She-Hulk currently for me. That this episode, I think, is probably a 2. Smelly pit rating of 2. That's being a bit generous. The show as a whole is probably a 3. Probably a 3. So that is my current Smelly Pit rating for She-Hulk, which is interesting because my pit stains are the same hue of green as She-Hulk. What else was there? Her friends, I forget her, the one friend's name, and then there's Josh Segura's character who are just kind of there. Man, it's really hard coming from seeing him in Arrow. That's where I know him from, and he was a mean villain in Arrow. He was Vigilante, Adrian Chase. That's who he played. Who, I mean, he did a good job in Arrow. I don't want to discredit him, but I do really love what they've done with the Adrian Chase character in DC currently. He's the guy in Peacemaker. That's always Vigilante. That's always wearing the suit. That show is hilarious. Man, Peacemaker was solid DC content. Both Peacemaker and Suicide Squad. Oh, I didn't get your caffeine today. So I'm going to take a giant swig of this lime bubbly LaCroix. All right. Well, I'm not super hyped on She-Hulk currently, but I'll still fill you in on on the episodes for the next couple of weeks. Let you know if I think that it gets better or I don't know if how it ends. We'll talk about its ending for sure, and where it might leave She-Hulk or any of the other characters. I'm ready to build forward. Phase 4 has been a bit of a slug fest. Not slug fest as in like people throwing punches, but it's just been really slow for the most part. There aren't a ton of really great Marvel properties that have happened in Phase 4. There's been some fun stuff for sure, but I mean, we're coming from the Infinity Saga where the first 3, not everything was gold in those first 3 phases for sure, but they built to a place that was really, really solid. They've definitely earned our trust, my trust, but I'm waiting patiently for it. I know there has been progress throughout this phase, but I feel like phase 5 and 6 are where things are gonna take off a little bit more. I'm just ready for some more stuff to happen. I don't hate Doctor Strange 2. I'm still kind of out on that one. I enjoy watching it, but it's I don't know. There's something that just, I think the interconnectedness of things makes me look at WandaVision differently, even though I love that show. WandaVision and Loki are my top 2 favorites. They started off, they were the first 2, I think, Marvel shows, or was there I think Falcon and Winter Soldier came out after. WandaVision was the first, and it wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be Falcon and Winter Soldier. COVID affected that. So I don't know. I don't know where things are going. But I would really like things to progress a little bit more. Eternals isn't a bad movie, but it's boring. I'm interested in what kinds of things are gonna happen going forward, repercussions, and where they fit in to the overall Marvel universe. But the movie is beautifully made. It's beautifully shot. Just not, there's not like a character that I attach myself to in that movie. But again, implications. I'm interested in what the implications in the larger universe mean and how it's all coming together. And I know, like, Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars are coming soon enough. Really, I don't know. There's a lot of projects. I'm forgetting them all off the top of my head. But Secret Invasion, I'm really looking forward to. Ant-Man and the Wasp, I'm really looking forward to. I am looking forward to Black Panther. I liked Black Panther a lot. I think it does great world building and great introduction to characters. Curious to see how that's gonna go with because that comes out in November. Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, and where we're getting Namor and rumor has it Doctor Doom. Yeah, we'll see if that turns out to be true or not. So yeah, She-Hulk. This episode was a slight step up from the last one for me. Just because, speaking of world building, the guy that creates the costume, and then how did it end? I forgot how it ended. Oh yeah, with the costume designer putting away a thing, someone else's costume. Or that's not She-Hulk's. Horned yellow helmet. There's a couple of people it could be, but I think you know who it is. All right. So the next thing that I watched, I caught today. I think it came out yesterday. I don't remember the days. This was a show I've talked about before, but I just never. It's a show I actually prefer over She-Hulk, like by quite a bit, but I always forget what day the release date was. But anyways, it was the season finale of Harley Quinn, and man, this show is really great. This whole season really revolved around Harley and Poison Ivy in a relationship, and them dealing with the world together. Even though I'm gonna spoil this episode for you, this finale episode. There's things that happen in it that if you haven't seen the show, maybe come back and after you've seen the episode, or wait, another 15 minutes till we move on to my final segment. After the commercial break. So this season of Harley Quinn, it really revolves around these two as a couple. And man, it is so well written. It is very well written. I mean, this is not an animated show for kids. There's cussing and there's blood and guts and violence, but there's a lot of humor. And a lot of great voice actors too. Haley Cuoco does Harley Quinn and Lake Bell does Poison Ivy. And yeah, the last couple episodes you see here, Harley's kind of doing her Poison Ivy thing and trying to take over Gotham. And yeah, so Harley decides that that's not what she wants. She loves Ivy, but she doesn't want all of the innocent people to die. And it's a really interesting turn. And I think there's a deeper thing here with that character of Harley Quinn that I'm getting a thing. I might be getting temporarily blocked. I'm going to get rid of this. That sucks. Have I been blocked? I might have been blocked. All right. Well, I guess I'm not going to show the trailers. I'm going to try to do the Monkeybone one, though, when I get there. Um, yeah, we'll see what the yeah. I got a warning. Heads up, we've detected copyright audio. There's no audio. I cut the audio from it. Uh, yeah. I guess okay. And the video. Well, so much for that. I wonder. I'm gonna check on my end over here if I'm still streaming for you guys. That has me live. All right. Well, I'm still up. Huzzah. All right. Well, screw you, YouTube. I'm trying to help out here. Where was I getting? Oh yeah, Harley Quinn. Her character. You know, if you know the Harley Quinn character, she started in the Batman animated series, and she was the girlfriend of the Joker, and for the longest time her storylines revolved around being like infatuated with the Joker and just, you know, kind of in a weird way brainwashed, yeah, just like used to do terrible things. And you see throughout lots of story arcs. Sorry, I'm still thrown off by the whole stream blockage thing that I got the message on. I guess I won't show videos. I'll just keep to graphics from now on. I'm gonna try one more. I'm gonna try one more after the commercial break. Sorry. So yeah, I think what happens here is, in the last episode, Poison Ivy almost kills a bunch of people. Takes over, almost kills like Gotham essentially. Harley helps stop her. And then they kind of come to this like, well, what the hell? This was our plan. And Harley seems like she has changed. We've seen her in the comics and in the movies become a bit of an anti-hero type deal. And I think this is one of the like cornerstones of this character pivoting into like less of a villain and more of the just the fan favorite anti-hero or whatever they end up doing with her over the course of all mediums. So yeah, she basically decides that like doing good is maybe in her best interest, and she's having a hard time with that. And it's really funny because they kind of brush it as an analogy for like coming out. Like, I'm afraid to tell people that I'm a good person. It's weird how they did it, but they did it in a really well written way that I thought was done well. I mean, it's not that they needed a coming out story because they kind of already did that. The season was basically a whole coming out story for Harley and Ivy. And what is it? Lex Luthor asks Ivy to run the Legion of Doom, and she decides she wants to do it. While Harley decides that she wants to do good, and let me back up here because there's something else that goes into this. So last episode, Bruce Wayne was trying to resurrect his parents, and he ended up resurrecting like all of the dead people, like all of them, which is where Harley had to step in and help out. It's all tied into Poison Ivy's plan and everything. And so anyways, Joker's the mayor, by the way. Joker is the mayor of Gotham. And he, in this episode, ends up arresting Bruce Wayne for like tax fraud, I think it was, or something with tax evasion or tax fraud, something involving his taxes. And so, Batgirl and some of the other people are like, well, we'll break you out. Well, don't worry. And he's like, no. I need to be an example. Like, I'm going to serve my time in prison. And so Bruce Wayne goes to jail. And Ivy wants to become the leader of the Legion of Doom. And Harley shows up at the end to help the Bat family. There's Nightwing, Damian Wayne, and Batgirl. And she just shows up to help them out because she's a good person now. And that's basically where we're left off in this season. I think it's a really smart pivot for that character because she's become so iconic for so many people, and especially girls, that like not just making her this brainwashed, like in a toxic relationship character. She's independent, she's got her own thing, but also now she's in a relationship with Ivy, and just because Ivy's leading the Legion of Doom and Harley's doing like good guy stuff now, they still decide to be in a relationship, which is one of the best parts of this season to me. Is like I've been in a relationship where the person wanted everything together. We worked together, we lived together, we did all of this stuff together. And sometimes that doesn't work out. Sometimes you need to have a partner that is independent on their own, so you can be independent on your own, and then you come together and are this, are beautiful entity together. And I thought that was a really cool thing for them to do with Harley Quinn. Is she is still involved with Ivy, even though one is becoming a good guy and one's becoming a bad guy. Well, they're both in the Batman Rogues Gallery, so you already kind of assume Poison Ivy's a bad person or bad girl, even though, I don't know. Watch the show. Here's what I'll say. I'm gonna go do a commercial break here in just a minute, but I will say, out of the two shows I just reviewed, watch Harley Quinn. There's 3 seasons of it. It's great. There's 13 episodes the first 2 seasons, and there's 10 episodes this season. And they're half hour animated episodes. They're pretty easy to get through. But they do hilarious stuff. They dig deep into the Batman gallery. They use B-list characters, C-list, D-list characters in really funny and creative ways. They have changed the personalities of not changed. They haven't changed anything like dramatically. Like, for example, Batman is still Batman, but it's more apparent that he is a rich kid with like mommy and daddy issues, and they really lean into that in some really funny ways. So, my recommendation out of the 2 series that I've talked about is Harley Quinn, which is a big win for DC, to be honest. They Warner Brothers just needs some wins here. Oh my god, that kid is shooting the laser gun like on repeat out here. I don't know if you can hear that. Oh yeah, I can definitely hear that robot. Sorry, that was super loud, Mike. All right. Well, let's do a commercial break, and I'll be back. I'll see you guys in a minute.
I'm Richard from Richard's Pet Wedding Facilities, and I give these stickers away at every pet wedding. The kids love them too.
This bag from, what's his name? Wild Dinosaur? Weren't they all wild? What an oxymoron. Anyways, I like to put my special things in this bag. Plus, I'm pretty sure this is my spirit animal.
Life gave me lemons, so I sold them for this sweet baseball tee. All right. I'm back. Don't forget to shop at wilddinosaur.com for all your back to school needs. All right. So we are in a renaissance with one particular person. Popular actor from the 90s and early 2000s. Heartthrob. And absolute just all around straight up thug with a headband. Brendan Fraser. This guy was in all kinds of stuff that I watched growing up. The Mummy movies, the original trilogy. George of the Jungle. Encino Man, I think, was his first big movie role. And oh my gosh, I'm going to have to go tell this kid to keep it down. Hold on one second. Hey, quit yelling. Sorry about that. So Brendan Fraser, this hunky, studly, absolute gentleman, this gentleman and a scholar is what they call him. He's making his resurgence in Hollywood after being pretty much gone for a while. I do watch Doom Patrol, which he plays Robot Man in Doom Patrol. Uh-oh. That I heard crying. I did not. So anyways, yeah, he did a bunch of movies. And there's one movie particularly that I think is his best movie. I love this movie so much. And it bombed. It completely bombed at the box office. And that movie is this one, as you probably saw by the thumbnail. It's Monkeybone. Now, why do I like this movie so much? Let's get into this. Monkeybone came out in 2001. That's when the world changed. The director for this movie is Henry Selick, who we talked about the other day, who does stop motion stuff. He was the director for oh my gosh, Nightmare Before Christmas, Coraline. He might have been the assistant director on, I forget. I'm gonna look that up real quick because it's right here. Oh, load faster, internet. Come on. So he directed Nightmare Before Christmas, James and the Giant Peach, Coraline, a bunch of stop motion stuff. A lot of stuff that I am really into, or have been into for a lot of my life. So this is a part live action, part animated, part stop motion movie. If you haven't seen Monkeybone, here's a little synopsis. While in a coma, a cartoonist finds himself trapped within his own underground creation and must find a way to get back while racing against his popular but treacherous character, Monkeybone. So basically, Brendan Fraser as an artist, creates this character, Monkeybone, and he's about to, make it big off this cartoon. He gets into a car accident with his fiance, who's played by Bridget Fonda. And while he's in this coma from the car accident, he is trapped in his own mind. And there's a bunch of really interesting characters. I'm just going to go through the list of cast members because the cast in this, it might blow your mind. We have Brendan Fraser as the lead, Stu Miley. Bridget Fonda as his fiance, Julie. The voice of Monkeybone, actually, is John Turturro. There is a dead character at the end who... Okay. I'm going to spoil a little bit of stuff here, but this is 21 years old. So, but you should still watch the movie because it's great. while he's trapped in his body, Monkeybone, or while he's trapped in the coma, Monkeybone makes his way out and becomes him. So Monkeybone takes over Brendan Fraser's body, and essentially, so Brendan Fraser has to get out of his coma, where he meets Death, and he meets all of these other characters that work for Death in this little like town area. And we'll get into all the casting, because there are some people in this. Death is Whoopi Goldberg, by the way. So he gets out of his brain, and they have to put him in another body because Monkeybone has his body. That body is an Olympic athlete who died tragically, played by Chris Kattan. And within his brain, there's a bunch of characters. There's a waitress at a bar, that like it's kind of the central location for a lot of the characters in his head, and that's Rose McGowan. One of the more interesting ones is there's kind of a villain within the night. He's trying to bring nightmares to life, so everybody has nightmares and he can feed off of all of them. And Hypnos is the character, and it's Giancarlo Esposito. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's crying going on. Dave Foley is in this. Megan Mullally. Bob Odenkirk is in this. Oh my god. Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg, Wayne Wilderson. So many people. It is a really creative film. There's maybe some weird parts in it. I'm gonna try to do this. Let's see if I get another content warning. So yeah, there's this animation stuff. There's sexy Brendan Fraser. Yeah, it's just a really fun movie. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time concentrating because this kid. I should probably end my stream here pretty soon, because this sounds like a situation that's not going to get fixed anytime soon. We'll finish up this trailer and then I'll get going. I apologize. My house has been full of people lately, and so it's a little difficult to record. So anyways, yeah, this is Monkeybone. Stop motion. John Turturro is Monkeybone. And this, I made a poster for a class. And the class, oh, you know what? I think I know why I got content warrant. Nope, never mind. Anyways, I made a poster for I had to do a remake for one of my directing classes, and we had to pitch a remake and everything and make a movie poster. And I did Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and the director I chose for that was Henry Selick, because of Monkeybone. It's just I don't know. You need to balance both kinds of animation and live action, and I think Henry Selick has done it pretty well, even though this movie didn't do very well. So anyways, I'm sorry to cut this short, guys, but I gotta cut it short today because there's some issues going on in the house, and I've got to talk to them about that. So really sorry, but I gotta bounce. Go watch Monkeybone. It's a fun movie. I really enjoyed it. It's kind of been an inspirational film for me for a while, subconsciously for a long time. But yeah, before I get going, check out wilddinosaur.com. It's the best place to support the channel. And then what else is there? A link to Planned Parenthood. Donate to Planned Parenthood. I find it super important for all the reasons. I'm not even going to get started on what's going on in this country, but Planned Parenthood's fighting the good fight. They're on the front lines, and they need your help. So go ahead and donate to Planned Parenthood. Check out wilddinosaur.com. And I'll be back here tomorrow at 6. I'll try to make this much more conducive to work. Anyways, guys, I'll see you tomorrow.